Welcome to Friday, the 11th day of February 2022, your day weather podcast brought to you by Chugwater Chili, the gourmet spice of Western life. Don't forget to use checkout code ChugwaterDon for 20% off. Check out Chugwater's green chili seasoning. It's a great way to make up a fast and tasty pot of green chili. Try out their green chili seasoning at chugwaterchili.com. Unsettled today, in fact, pretty much a blustery, raw day coming on up for most of the Rockies and High Plains with wind, snow showers, colder temperatures, colder wind chills. We're going to get enough snow today through early tonight along Interstate 80, along I-25, and along I-90 and I-70 to be a problem for travelers, especially later today and as we head towards the evening hours. So keep that in mind, as it's not a big system, but enough to be a nuisance. Now, fair weather will return Saturday through Tuesday. We really do not have much going on during that stretch. So good weather Saturday, Sunday, and especially Monday. Now on Tuesday, we'll start to see clouds increase and maybe up into the Pacific Northwest and Montana, Idaho, western Wyoming. We'll start to see some snow showers Monday night into Tuesday morning. For the central Rockies and High Plains, we're looking at that storm system getting better put together by Wednesday and Thursday of next week. And this is initiating a weather pattern change. Overall, the pattern is going to have a much different look to it going forward for the rest of February and into early March as compared to where we've been for the last 5 or 6 weeks, which has been a very stagnant pattern where high pressure has been anchored on the West Coast and all the winter weather has been directed to central and eastern Canada, central and eastern areas of the United States, while the continental divide's been clipped by these clippers. The more active weather has stayed off to the east, and the western side of the divide has just really had nothing. But that's going to change now, and it starts next week with this next storm system. Got a beautiful sunset shot yesterday from David Reed in Lander. These high clouds, these lenticular clouds that we get lee of the mountains just make for great pictures, especially mornings and evenings. Satellite photos today show very well the upper level winds associated with the Clipper system there. It's highlighted by the colder clouds in blue here. This is an infrared satellite photo. And you can see these streaks here. This indicates really just fast moving jet stream winds. So this system is digging in, and it's got some energy and enough moisture with it that we're going to be looking at some weather today through early tonight. Here's the low. It doesn't look like much, but when they come in from the northwest like this, they're always really tricky. As it slides in, we're going to have a pattern that looks like this. By Saturday morning, you can see right along the divide from New Mexico through Colorado, through Wyoming, into southwest Montana, over into the Black Hills. Not a big snow event, but enough to put some snow in the mountains, a little bit of snow on the plains. We're going to have a lot of wind. That's going to make for some very cold temperatures and wind chills. So watch out if you got to go on I-25 today and into tonight, I-80, as well as I-70 and along I-90 and all the mountain passes like Togety Pass, Powder River Pass, into and near the higher Black Hills. Do watch out for winter weather today, tonight, into early tomorrow morning, and some travel hazards. As we go forward, this is for Sunday. We see low pressure now moving into the Great Lakes, into the northeast. The polar vortex up here will direct the really cold air that way. We're going to have some high pressure here along the west coast, and that's going to bring in some warmer, drier conditions into the area this weekend into early next week. But this guy right here looks like a little bit of a bowling ball. It doesn't look terribly impressive. It's kind of small. But what's happening is high pressure is building behind it. And when high pressure builds behind a low or upstream from a low, what it does is it adds spin and momentum to this guy. And as it drops in latitude, here's a weather geek alert. When you go from high latitude to lower latitude, due to the Coriolis effect, the effect of the spinning Earth, these systems, when they change latitude quickly, cause them to grow and expand and become stronger. So moving high latitude to low latitude quickly causes a lot of dynamic things to happen in the atmosphere. That's why when we see these building ridges in the right part of the Pacific, that's a harbinger of things to come later. And here it is. So look at this. This is for Sunday morning. This is for Tuesday afternoon. So we have a big plunge of this system coming in, and it's growing, getting more organized and stronger. And here's a well-established ridge of high pressure. So what will happen is we're going to get a low coming through Southern California. Coming in behind it is going to be a cold surge coming out of Canada. And where the cold surge meets the upslope from this slope is where we're going to get a winter weather event. So this is by Tuesday afternoon. So as we get into Monday night and Tuesday, we are going to be looking at this area here, seeing some rain and snow breaking out. Then by Wednesday night, we have a low over east central New Mexico, colder air pouring in from here, and there should be some type of an upslope pattern here around this low. Now, at this point in time, this is not showing signs that this is going to be a really big monster snowstorm, but what's different about it is we haven't seen a low come through the Four Corners region for quite a while. That's something that's different. Also, what's different is the establishment of this high. You see this orange color, red color here. This is high pressure building up here, high pressure wanting to be more here. That's going to concentrate the western United States into the more active weather pattern. And the end result, this is what the precipitation forecast looks like for now. Do expect this to change. We'll probably show you a map on Monday that's going to look a little bit different, but the message here is precipitation returns to the Great Basin and the western United States. Not a lot of it, and you don't expect a lot in February. February is just not a wet month. March and April are a different story, but this is a pretty good-looking system for February. So we're going to see this system able to also draw in some moisture from the south and bring some needed rains to Kansas and Oklahoma. Some of this on the northern and western fringes is going to be snow. So for you folks out here, you're going to want to watch that. And if we look at the snowfall forecast, that's what I just hinted at right there. See that? That's something to watch next week. And then look at the front range of the Rockies from Montana to New Mexico. So this is where we're going to watch Wednesday and Thursday of next week, and late Monday into Tuesday and early Wednesday of next week for those areas there. Going out further, this is for the 21st of February. We've got another low coming in from the West Coast into the Pacific Northwest and into the Northern Rockies, while we have this high pressure more established along the East Coast. So things are going to get more busy. And to bolster the argument for a more active weather pattern for the rest of February and into the month of March, I'm showing you the Japanese long-range model. I know this is a busy map, but if you look, here's Mexico right here, here's Florida. So the United States is roughly in this outline right here. What we have currently is this big high pressure ridge that's making it so warm and dry in California and along the West Coast. That's really where it's been here for the last several weeks for the most part. So you can see where the blue is. The blue's in the Great Lakes and areas to our east. But look what happens as we go forward. Notice a westward shift. You see that right there? Though as we go out further, 2 weeks from now, the high pressure takes a trip more west. We see here in the United States, this blue area right here showing the colder air and low pressure getting directed more towards Alaska, and not nearly as much orange and yellows there on the West Coast. If we go out another week, it backs up even more. And with that high pressure ridge backed up more, see the blue coming into the West Coast now in Western Canada, while high pressure builds here. So if I were to draw how the jet stream is going to be as we get into early to middle of March, it's going to be more often than not a trough in the west as opposed to high pressure. So this is a pretty big shift. So our confidence is growing that we're going to start to see the snow factory get going up into the mountains of the west again, the West Coast getting into some rain again in the coming weeks, and as we go deeper into March. Have yourself a great Friday and a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.